Trying to see if I've got the chat. This is not a planned live. I just couldn't sleep, so I figured why not do something constructive with my time. Let's see. Again, problems with the chat as usual. Hi Lisa, so I can see the chat. I hope it will keep that way. I'm planning to do something vintagey with all kinds of scraps. Just because I had this card that I've made a long time ago and I figured it's time to give it a home in my art journal. I'm so not prepared. I don't have anything to drink. My hair is in my face. I just couldn't sleep. So here I am. Let's see. Once again, problems with the chat. Hi Julia. Hi Terry. Yes, 4 hostages were liberated and came home. We still have 120 left to go. When they first announced it, I was crying, ugly crying. It was something else. So let's see. I've got all kinds of stuff here. Leftovers from other projects. I have this. I don't know if you can see this. All this bin is things vintage. But I think I'll just use this scraps to make a background. We'll see what happens. It's completely and utterly not planned. Just going to remove this part of the page. Okay. So I'm just going to start gluing pieces, and I'm only going to use a glue stick, not looking for anything with a lot of wet glue to wait for it to dry. I've got here on this card, I've got some book page in the back, some other scraps, a little bit of a musical sheet, and this is some sticker that I had. So I was thinking of doing something like this in the background and maybe stenciling on top and then using this as the focal point. And I've managed to locate this, which is some kind of a similar thing. So again, from a very old dictionary. So I'm probably going to use this, but I want this to show, so I'm going to keep this for the front of the background, if I'm making any sense. Let's take another piece. I'm not concerned right now with the color of the pages. I'm just playing around putting stuff on my page, and we'll see what I can make out of it. What I do try to do a lot of time is make sure that I have, if I have a piece in this color or in some kind of pattern, that it will repeat in somewhere else on the background, so it won't be only one piece that like out of place. So maybe I'll just use what I've taken, just do it like this. I don't know. If I don't like it, I can always cover it with another piece of paper, so it really doesn't matter too much. And some of this. Yeah. I can, yeah, not much here. I can I can throw it away. Big win for me. I hardly throw away pieces of paper, so if I get to that place that I can that I can throw something out, that's great. All sorts of leftovers. Let's see, maybe this will be nice because I've got green here, so this greenish paper would probably work out nicely. Yeah. I'm trying to use a straight edges on the edges of my page just because it's easier to work that way, but otherwise I really don't care. I'm thinking that maybe another piece of this greenish paper. This is really old. This is and this is my father's handwriting. It's really old. It's some kind of a receipt when you had this is like graphite paper in the back, so you had more than one copy of whatever you had the receipt for. Very old. 73. This is from 73, 1973. Oh my God. I'll wait with another piece of that. Let's see if I have anything more interesting here. I'm trying to use first the leftovers, and later I'm trying to use all kinds of stuff that I bought, like all kinds of stickers and stuff. But right now I'm just trying to use leftovers. Let's go with that. Hi to everyone who comes in. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to go live. Maybe this one will be interesting. Maybe. Let's go for it. If not, it will get covered. I like even to have, even if I don't have things that are like maps or music sheet, I like to have all kinds of book pages in terms of different colors and in terms of different fonts and sizes. It also creates an interesting background. Yep. I'm looking more for torn paper than pieces like this. Sometimes I do a collage background with pieces that with straight edges. And this time I'm going with torn edges. Of course, I can tear this apart, but it's not that uh, important to me to use it right now. I don't know. Nope. Doesn't work for me. What can I say? I don't have an explanation. I've got so many stuff here that I need to, even this, I need to do some kind of a organization. An old map. I don't know. Not this time. Not interesting. More book pages. I'm looking for something interesting to put. Maybe. I like this color, so maybe this can work here. I'll put it here and we'll see. A little bit more light to the background. Okay. And I've got some pieces here that are thicker paper, which I right now doesn't go with the rest of what I've got, and straight edges, so I'm just taking that aside and trying to keep with the rest of the pieces that I've put on the page. Still, yep. Nope. What can I say? It seems like there is a lot of stuff here, but not everything works for me. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. I want a little bit more of the music sheet just to have on another area of the background, so I need to look for a piece. Let's see. This is too big, then it's too large. I want something more subtle like this. So I'll keep looking. I think I have something here. Yeah. Now I'm happy. Okay, what else can I uncover here? Let's see. Okay. Almost done covering all the white that I have. And then I will get to put some pieces like this that I wanted in the foreground, so nothing will cover it. This layer is mostly just to cover the white, to like putting the first layer of paint on a page. Yeah. Now I'm happy. Let's see. Hi to everyone. I'm trying to see what I've missed in the chat. Okay, so just keeping with the torn edges. This is going to be in the foreground, but I'm still thinking of stenciling a little bit, so I'm not sure what will stay visible. We'll see. Old illustrated dictionaries are just the best. I'm gonna put it here, and whatever will be, will be. Okay, so I've got all this mess here, and I want some, because this is going to be my focal point, and as you can see, this is quite busy background, and I've got all kinds of pieces here. I want, first of all, to make this background come together, so I'm going to stencil on top of it, but I also want to, like, I've got the green pieces that correspond a little bit with this color. I want to introduce some red to the background. So what I'm thinking is that I had all kinds of like vintage stickers that maybe, like here I've got red, so I can maybe use this, and here I've got one. I've got all kinds of washi tape if I want to, maybe that's what I'll do. I'm just adding more details to the background. That's it. You don't have to have this kind of stickers. First one peeled right away. This one is giving me trouble. For God's sake. Okay. Most of the pieces that I've put here in the background are vertical, and I like it, but I'm thinking maybe I need to do some more pieces horizontal. I don't know. Like maybe this sticker should go like this. Yep, I'm going like this. Yeah. Okay, so another thing of interest in the background. Okay, I'm thinking of stenciling, as I said. And let's see. I'm thinking of using this stencil, and no, before I'm thinking of adding a little bit of ink, of brown ink to the background. I've got vintage photo distress ink, and I'm thinking of putting down some, especially in the edges. Not trying to be precise or anything. I'm just adding a little bit of tint, for that matter, of wash, for I don't know what to call it. And I'm going also inside, in between pieces, just, I don't know how to explain it. And I'm thinking now that I want some watermarks. Let's see. Just taking a piece. This is what you call it, an acrylic block, and I'm going to put this like that and spray it with water. And now I want some watermark, like someone left, I don't know, a mug on on the page. Let's see. And I'm also spraying it because I don't want it to be this perfect circle. Just a hint. And now I'm gonna take a fan brush with the rest of this ink and splatter a little bit. Don't know how much of it you can see, but it's here and it's just adding to the page. Okay, making a mess as usual. Okay, so now I need for this to dry. I'm going to use the hair dryer. So if you don't like the noise of this, just mute. Good enough. And now I can see where I need more glue in several of the pieces, just because I went with just the stick and not with white glue, because I didn't want for things to wait for things to dry. Okay, stenciling. I'm thinking like this, and I thought about using the vintage photo, and now I'm thinking of adding this aged mahogany. I really like this color because it's like the brown with red, and it's the ultimate, I don't know, combination for me. I really like this color, so maybe I'll just do this too. And let's see, let's take a brush. I'll start, let's see, I'll start with the aged mahogany and see how it goes. If I don't like it, I'll go over it with brown. At first I thought of stenciling with acrylic paint, but then I didn't want a complete cover. I wanted the details to show through, and I decided that I want something a little bit more subtle in the background. So that's why I decided to go with this. Oh, I like it. Now I want to add a little bit of brown. Now I'm not sure if this is enough. Maybe I'll use a darker brown, at least in parts. No, this is great. I like it. I really, really like it. Now I don't like this area here that is left with nothing, so I'm just going to pick something out of the stencil and just add more here. Yeah, just a hint that goes to the edges. Now, where is my focal point that that was supposed to be my focal point, but it still like disappears on the page. I've made too much of the same background to what I've got here, so I need something to distinct this from the rest, and I'm still figuring if I want to stencil more of this, maybe like that, so I will have like a corner, or maybe something here just to be a little bit more like this area. I don't know, I think I'll go with this one here a little bit. Add in a little bit of brown. Not all, just so there will be a little bit of variation in the color. Okay, so I'm liking what's going on here, but now I just need to find something that will make like a border to this and will distinct it from the rest of the page and make it pop. I'm just clearing some of the stuff so I can see what I'm doing. And let's see, while I'm thinking what kind of paper I can use in the background, like just for something that will be like in this color around this. I'm thinking, let's see what's interesting piece of stuff I've got. I've got all kinds of stuff that I bought from Temu that maybe will work here. Like maybe if I'll take this, maybe if I'll make a wash on top of it of the turquoise, maybe. So that's a maybe here. Let's see if I've got something else. Not this. Okay, so that's back. I've got other stuff. I can't seem to stop buying beautiful papers. Each time I'm thinking that's it, that is it. I'm not buying anything more. I'm buying more. Maybe this green will work. Maybe. maybe with a hint of turquoise. Yeah. I hardly looked at I bought them I think a month ago, and I hardly looked at it. Goes to show you, buying stuff and not using. Okay. So I'm thinking of this piece, and let's see. First I want to take out only half of it. And now I want to add something turquoise, at least to the edges. So let's see. I think I have something with, let's see, broken china maybe, and maybe mermaid like lagoon. Let's take both of them and we'll see. Okay. I'm just going to put this on top here, just so the mess will be on something else. And let's see. That's nice. And I'm thinking that I can go like this. I don't need only the edges, because it's very subtle and you can still see the details. Yeah, now I want to round the corners because it's too much. This is rounded and this is straight, and something just doesn't work when I look at it. Yeah. Now let's see how it looks on the page. Maybe go. I don't know. I like it, but now I really like this turquoise. I'm thinking that it needs to appear on the background. Maybe with a little bit of splatter. Okay, I'm still figuring how I like it. If I like it like this, straight, or a little bit off. I don't know. Haven't decided yet, but let's go and do some splatter. I can move this aside and once again so fan brush, water, yep, more water. Okay, and because I've got a little bit more here, let's take, just going to make more watermarks. I'm moving it a little bit so it won't be perfect. Good enough. Yeah, I'm thinking that this is it. That's how I'm going to go. Okay, so glue. Okay, I think it's straight. Sometimes I put something, I am sure it's straight, then I take a step backwards and I realize it's not as straight as I thought. Okay, so basically this page is finished. Let's see what I've missed in the chat. A lot from the USA here, I see. Yeah. Now it's here, it's 4:38 a.m. Yep. I'm crazy. Couldn't sleep. What can I say? So I figured that that's a better way to pass the time. Stick. Stay in place, please. Talking to papers. Okay. I'm thinking that I need to make some space here. I can't see what I'm doing. There is such a thing as too much stuff. And I try to remind myself and not to buy more things, but can't help it. When I see nice papers, I've got to have them. It is what it is. Okay, so all the little scraps are going back here. Oh, I think this one can go to the trash. I really need to go over some of the stuff here. What's this? This is ugly trash. I'm thinking of doing something else also. Not another page. I don't think I have it in me at this hour to make another page. But I'm thinking of clearing all this stuff and doing something else. I started making some focal points today, and I really liked how they turned out. So I'm thinking of doing some, and it's just by using stencils and watercolors. Of course, those of you that don't like watercolors or whatever don't have to use watercolors. I think I've got an example here. Here is one, and it's just by using a stencil. Okay. I've got some control of the mess here. This, of course, will be a fussy cut later on. Okay. Okay. I'm just going over the chat. Okay. Moving this aside, I've got some watercolor paper. It doesn't have to be on watercolor paper. It can be on thick paper, but it's easier when it's on watercolor paper. And I'm just going to use the same. Let's clean it first. I'm going to use this stencil. Let's take a piece of paper. Where is a blank piece of paper when you need it? Okay. The notebook for leftover paint. Okay, so this is clean, and let's see. Okay, I'll start with this one. What I'm going to do is trace the stencil just with a pencil. I've already recorded a video for Monday. I usually post on Monday, and on Thursday I go live, And these days I never know when I have time. So if I get time, I'm recording in advance. So I already recorded for Monday, and I'm doing something like this also on Monday. My focal point is from this stuff. So as you can see, I'm just tracing the shapes of the stencil with a pencil, and I really don't care how accurate I am. Doesn't really matter to me right now. And I can pick some of the details and disregard the rest. It's up to me to decide what I want from the stencil. Okay. So now that I have this, what I'm doing is connecting the dots, because I don't want it to stay as a stencil. I want to bring all the pieces together. And as I said, I can disregard what I don't want, like this one here. Not interesting to me. This I can leave. And now I can do it with the pencil and then go and use a very fine marker, or I can just go and do it with the marker. And I don't like a clean line. I like wobbly line and also going over again and again, so it goes like this. But it's up to you to decide if you like something else. You can do it very precise. I like going like this. So now I'm just going with this and connecting the pieces to one. And I can change as I go. It doesn't have to be exactly like the stencil. I can hear the birds waking up. I like this because it looks more personal, more handmade than the crisp lines of a stencil. And it creates a nice focal point. And of course, it can be anything. It can be, you can do birds, flowers, butterflies, dragonflies, whatever stencil you've got, you can turn it into something that looks more of a drawing than a stencil. When I'm finished, I will go over with an eraser and just get rid of all the pencil lines. Okay, so I've got this. Now getting rid of the pencil lines. Okay, so we've got this. And now for the watercolors. Now, if you made something like this on watercolor paper, you can use regular felt pens and then go over them with water. Most of the times, depending on the quality of paper and the quality of the felt markers or pens, whatever you call them, it will create a watercolor effect. So that's also an option. I'm going to use watercolors, and now I need to figure out what colors do I want to use here. The branch and the leaves are obvious. I'm going for with greens, but I'm thinking what kind of flowers do I want? And I don't know. Maybe yellow and some orange. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so just taking a little bit and I'm putting it at the bottom of each flower, and I'm again not trying to be precise or anything, cleaning my brush because I want to go and take a little bit of yellow, and once again I'm making more puddles of paint than anything else, and I'm letting it the two puddles of paint just mix together, and I'm leaving it as is. I'm not touching it. And once again, same thing. Just putting it down. Don't care. Not trying to do anything precisely. I don't know if you can see the difference, but there is a difference. There is yellow and there is orange here. Yeah. Okay, so now leaves and stem. Because I went with this bright orange and yellow, I'm really wanting something very bright. I'm thinking of using this kind of dark turquoise and olive green here. So I'm taking a little bit of the turquoise, and I don't care if it's bleeds into the orange. Again, I'm putting down, for lack of better description, puddles of paint. Cleaning my brush, moving to the olive green, and doing the same thing. Nothing is precise. And once again, I'm just letting things mix on their own. Basically, I'm letting the water do what it does best. By not trying to control it, it's just easier. And don't be afraid if you're doing something similar to leave a white spaces. Sometimes I don't clean in between the two colors. I'm just continuing, and I'm getting an in between shades. I'll finish this and I'll check what's going on in the chat. I'm neglecting you. Almost done. Oh yeah, I love it. I just want to add a little bit of yellow to each flower. Just a lighter shade in some places. Yeah, now I'm happy. So here I have another focal point to use. The whole purpose is going wonky to MD. This is wonky. It started with a stencil, and I went for wonky. I went with wobbly lines. So anyone can do it. Okay. So I would probably go on and on and on, but I'm tired. I, I feel like I can't put together a whole sentence without making mistakes. So this will be it for me today. Tomorrow, early morning with the birds. So if you've got any questions for me, I'm still here. I'll just clear some of the stuff. The mess that I can make with one art journal page is incredible. And then just putting everything away. Now I will have the joy of fussy cutting this too. Let's see if there are questions in the chat. Okay, so thank you for everyone that joined, that came in. It's great to make lives with live people and not me talking to myself, especially when I can't sleep. So it was nice hanging out with you. And I'll just say good night and good morning wherever you are. So this is it for me. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.